Hi, my name is Larry Donahue, and I've been a business, IP, and corporate lawyer for the past 30 years. I'm going to talk about anonymous LLCs. In previous videos, I discussed what they are, how to form them, all of that stuff, and then I also talked about California because it's unique. Just about every other state in the union, you do it differently, except Oregon. Oregon, I'm sorry, folks, I do not have a solution for you. In the infinite wisdom of your legislature, they have determined that you have to disclose ownership information. You got to disclose beneficial ownership information. You have to use an Oregon address, and there's a lot of limitations, and we don't have a solution. And I'm sorry, it's dumb. So talk to your legislators about that. For every other state in the union, there's two possibilities. One is the state you're in anonymous already? There are five or six states that are anonymous, meaning they do not require disclosure of ownership information. Those states are Delaware, New Mexico, Wyoming, Georgia, Iowa. I know I'm missing one other state. I should have had my notes, I'm sorry. So there's 5 or 6 states. If you're in one of those states, you can hire a third party to form your LLC carefully and not disclose ownership information on the internet. That's what we call an anonymous LLC. If you're not located in one of those states and not located in California or Oregon, you can form a local company. So if you're in Texas or Illinois or Florida, in Texas, Illinois, or Florida, you'd form an operating entity that is going to be owned by a holding company, anonymous LLC holding company in another state. Why does this work? Because your operating entity is operating in your state, whether you're going to be W-2 income for yourself or selling to the state, whatever it is. So your Texas entity, if you're a Texas resident, is going to be doing business in Texas. Even if you're selling on the internet, that's fine. Your holding company is non-operating, which means it's not triggering, and I'm going to have another video about this, it's not triggering the state's doing business in the state laws. Typically, California is different. That's why we have a different structure recommendation. But every other state, as long as it's non-operating, it will own the child operating entity. That's how you do anonymity in a state that doesn't normally permit anonymity. And to be clear, if you're in Montana, New York LLC owned by Anonymous LLC, and then you own the holding company.